It was in the year of 1981, in the Greensboro Junior League invited me to attend their national conference in Minneapolis. And that's the place I heard about Community Foundation. And over, during that process, the presenters and in the breakout sessions, so many of these women from all over the country were talking about the advice, the planning, the funding, the guidance that they were receiving from their community foundations. So it was a very intriguing idea, and I thought about it all the way back home on the airplane. He made appointments for me to speak to every civic and professional and business committee and group in town. And just at one of those, an attorney came up to me afterwards and he said, "I know about community foundations, but," he said, "I have to tell you that as wonderful as they are, Greensboro is just too small to have any such thing in such a small population." And so I heard what he said, and he said to me, "Don't be disappointed, but I don't think it's going to work." And here we are today, March of 2005, and all these blank sheets that we looked at now are lists of wonderful donors and fund holders in the Community Foundation, and an even longer list of very, very fortunate recipients of the generosity of people in this community. He said, everybody in the nonprofit world knows that in communities where there is a community foundation and a United Way, that the level of philanthropy rises exponentially, and that the people who are involved in the United Way and the Community Foundation come to understand their communities far better than they do without these two entities available to them. So that was really the very beginning. We had our first meeting together at the Jefferson Building. Our first address was room 232 in the Jefferson Building, which was a very prestigious address. The foundation first had to really establish itself as a very viable position in this community. And then after that happened, and it didn't take very long for that to happen, then these new initiatives fit very well into the projects and the profile of the Community Foundation. There's nothing more to me mystifying than when somebody says it's made a difference. What do you mean a difference? An advantage? A disadvantage? Do you mean frosting on the cake? Do you mean very deep kinds of advantages that are brought to bear? What do you mean by making a difference? It's all those things. Philanthropy in this community has been the key to an awful lot of our lifeblood for all of our citizens.